Following up on his remarkable debut, Nothing Great About Britain, the Northampton-based Slowthai returns with an album of two halves, separating the gritty attitude and boisterous swagger from his substantive social commentaries. TYRON splits these 14 new tracks. Stylized with capital letters, the first 7 are slamming, bass-led club bangers to blow your socks off. The remaining songs, presented with lowercase names, drift into an emotional journey with subdued melancholic jazz hop vibes as Slowthai gets serious. Play With Fire acts as the transition track between these two dramatically different tones. His last record melded these elements wonderfully. Separated, they are simply that. It feels like two short albums. His first half is easy to love. Coming out of the box wild and barking, Slowthai sparks off sharp but witty rhymes with a feisty attitude to play off the raging bass which has been rumbling my room sweetly on the new Yamaha monitors. The production is sublime, tight, crisp and snappy. Percussion leaves a sweet space for the sub-bass tones to pump away obnoxiously. It comes into its own when reuniting with Skepta for an instant classic instrumental with Cancelled. Focusing on boisterous raps and fiery flows, Slowthai's creativity runs away with plenty of clever wordplay and references. It's fun and engaging, but far from the emotional journey about to unravel. As the topicality shifts, so do the instrumentals, steering away from bumptious bass and bringing colourful, moody samples to light. A notable inclusion of pitched up voices prominent on NHS, and the acoustic guitars of Push give me some serious Brockhampton vibes. A handful of these tunes tend to reflect a pop-adjacent space some hip-hop sounds have been exploring as of late. In these songs, Slowthai's flows feel at the mercy of his narratives as he slumps into a spoken word pacing, leaving much of the teeth and snark that makes him jump off the track behind. Equally though, the stories and musings and commentaries have their potency with some heartfelt verses. Ultimately, I've landed on this feeling that his magic as an artist is in the space between this deliberate separation. When his grin-soaked rapping is bouncing off the walls of that gritty attitude, the potency of his emotional remarks and political points have punch. His flow doesn't suit the vulnerable instrumentals that try to lean on that aspect of his lyrics. The first half ends up triumphant here as the less serious side is fun and well executed. Although loaded with a lot of heartfelt expressions, its second instant just doesn't have the power to grab and lock in the same way. The approach may have not been the best here, but Slowthai is clearly still one to keep a close eye on. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to see some more of my music blogs, go check the website out. Every page has over 1,000 articles sorted by artist, year, genre and more. Just hit Ctrl F and have a search for something that interests you. You can find a link to the blog in the description box down below, where you'll also find links to my other YouTube channels. Check them out if you are curious. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to subscribe to catch the next upload.